morning, everybody. We're so excited to be here. We're out here in Kapiolani Park. We are at the Kaimana Co-Ed 34th edition, and we're here to bring you live the Hawaii Showdown. I'm Grace Relf. This is Steve Atwell. Steve, how are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling great. I think this is a very exciting matchup. It's two different styles of Ultimate. On one hand, you've got a very traditional style of Ultimate with an exciting zone defense. On the other hand, you've got what's called a hex offense. It's an innovative new offense taking place in Ultimate, and we're about to kick things off. So let's head over to the field.
Yeah! Okay, out on the line for Showtime Goaltie, we got James Robb, my husband. Let's go. Dallas, we got Fia. Do we know who is in the outfit?
I think it's Matt.
We got Spirit, we got Sprite, and we got Gavin.
So this is a shorter but quick line except for James there, who really is the tower of the team there. So should they need to kind of come out against this zone, assuming that FBC runs a zone that they kind of took a liking to yesterday, James could be an easy reset for them.
Oh, did they? They were running zone yesterday?
They're kind of doing a flat, clammy thing. Let's see if they come out. I think we'll know pretty quickly who comes down. Although it looks like they're in person right now.
So I know the Showtime Goaltie team really likes to run a zone. They've been having a ton of success with that this weekend. I think it's been a pretty nice run through D there by Jacob McFarland.
Nick Dunbar picks up. He swings it to Colin. Colin back to Nick across the middle, and Nick's looking. He finds Fia to Jacob. The nice high release. That's not Jacob, that's Amy. Nick's looking through the middle, and it's up, and Jules with the goal.
FBC takes it 2-1. We had a nice amount of swinging there. Ultimately, we had Nick Dunbar throwing to Jules kind of right through the middle of the field. It was a nice play.
That was a great play. They were patient there with their end zone offense. They really worked the field. They worked it to the sideline. They came back to the middle. They kept it moving. It's a great way to play offense. And that was all kicked off by a nice defensive play by Jacob. He's one of the key defenders. I believe in Spring League 2022, he won Defender of the Year.
Oh, dang.
Or Spring. Well, Defender of the Spring, yeah.
That's a big title. I love that.
What can you tell us about the offense that the Goaltie team seems to like to run?
So I know that the Showtime Goaltie team, you mentioned earlier, they're trying to run a hex offense, and the basis of that, from what I know, is that they're trying to keep the disc moving super quickly. They're not looking for long throws, they're looking for short throws in sort of any direction. They're trying to keep every space on the field as a viable place to throw. So it's lots of quick movements, sort of in triangular patterns, and really looking to keep the defense on their toes and kind of stay ahead of that defense with short throws.
Yeah, they found a tremendous amount of success. They won a lot of their games pretty handily this tournament so far.
Are both teams here undefeated?
No, only the Goaltie team's undefeated. Okay. I believe they're 5-0, and I believe FBC did lose their first game of the tournament. Then they righted the ship, and here they are in the semifinals of the Aloha bracket.
Okay. Would you say that makes Goaltie the favorite?
They are a higher seeded team. It's tough to say. I mean, it's a lot of established players and players with a lot of playing experience, including Sarah Ito on the line right now, who's won a national championship when she was playing for Scandal out of DC. And this is a younger squad, but they have a lot of continuity, a lot of familiarity with one another. They play Goaltimate 3-4 days a week sometimes.
Yeah, they do have a ton of chemistry, which is really helpful for the particular style of offense that they're trying to play. You want to know where people are looking for the disc and where they're going, and be able to read that a little bit better.
Looks like this might be the zone that I was talking about earlier. It's they call it a kind of a clam, where they have, it's really like a 3-3-1. It's a nice offense for interrupting the triangular patterns that you were talking about earlier, Grace.
Oh, this is tough for Goaltie. Tough way to start, just a couple of drops. No doubt they can come back, and of course they absolutely can. It's so early in the game, but tough way to start with a couple of significant Ds right here in the first couple of points. So here in Hawaii, we just started a club team last year, Party Wave Ultimate, and we got a ton of players on the field right now on both teams who play for Party Wave. Okay, we got another turnover. The disc is back in Goaltie's hands.
Matt's looking. Ooh. And I see, I'm not sure what happened there. I think maybe been some contact between Sarah and Matt there. Matt kind of fell down on the throw, but held onto the disc.
I think the field may be a little slippery.
We did have some rain earlier this morning, and this is a field that did get a lot of use throughout the 2 days prior to today, so it very well could be kind of muddy out there.
What are the matchups you're looking at here that you like on this point? What are the matchups you're looking at?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm kind of taking a look. I mean, James certainly has a height advantage over Ryan Williams right now. I think some competitive players right now are Matt and Caleb. Matt's a very athletic player, and as is Caleb. And that's exactly what happened.
There you go, you called
Caleb
it.
Stepped in, and Sarah, and now going the other way, we've got Matt and Caleb going deep, and Caleb goes up and pulls it down over Matt.
It's good defense by James to get down there really quickly, and it's tough to have to try to split two people, but dang, that's a nice play by FBC. We got a nice run through D by Caleb. He then gets the hook downfield and he's got two of his teammates streaking downfield to follow. And Goaltie was definitely trying to cover that, but tough, and ultimately they were able to find somebody in the end zone there.
Yeah, that was great awareness. I think that's one of the things that some teams forget is on a big huck like that, if it's not going to be in the end zone, it's important to flood downfield. But also great awareness, great trust for his team when Caleb made that run through D and then took off downfield, knowing that he may have a bit of a first step on Matt, and that's exactly the way it played out there, which led to a Goaltie timeout here.
We're coming out here. FBC is up 3-0 over Showtime Goaltie. Goaltie's coming out on offense here in red. And I think it's time for them to step it up.
They've got Mikey picking up the disc. That looks like maybe Mikey stepping into a new role for him. In the past, he was one of the primary cutters. He's a pretty effective deep, and here he is kind of in the backfield. It's a new position for him.
Yeah, I feel like Mikey has been really putting in a ton of work to get better at his game, and it's really paying off. He looks so speedy and just really confident with the disc out there. It's really impressive. He's playing great. Oh,
Unfortunate unforced drop from Jason.
So this is, to me, that's what these first 3 points have been. It's just sort of some unforced errors on Goaltie's part. Maybe a little bit of nerves, maybe a little hangover from the Scarlet party last night. I don't know.
Very well could be. Looks like that was a nice put from Christian there to a streaking deep Natalie with a nice positioning, nice cut there, and just being able to elevate a little bit up in a better position than Spirit was to be able to make a play on that. So another exciting matchup from two very athletic women from both teams. So hopefully we'll see more of that as the game progresses.
Steve, who's your favorite player to play with on this line for FBC right now?
That's a great question. So I usually play a handler, and one of my favorite cutters is Key. He's lined up in the middle of the stack right now, or middle of the line there. And very athletic, very fast. He's got a motor in him, and he loves to cut, loves to go deep, and he usually is able to generate separation from his defender pretty quickly.
Yeah, Key's real speedy.
Yeah. But,
another player on this FBC line who I think doesn't get enough credit maybe is Kristen. Kristen's a really solid player, and she's I think really smart about knowing when to kind of fill in the gaps, right? Somebody's
a nice layout.
Yeah, James, nice layout there to save possession for Goaltie. Ooh. Can't keep it though.
No, they lose that one.
That is really tough.
Amy with a nice D on Spirit there.
Mm-hmm.
What is this?
Good try, Chad.
Goldie's got to dig deep here and really work on this defense. They got to be able to get it back here. I think just even getting one on the board is going to be huge for them. Yeah.
Ooh, and they slice through the zone there, and they're off and running there. Christian center it to Kristen, who we were just talking about.
Wow, FBC's really on a run here.
They are. They're up 5-0 now. Is that right? Or
I think that is right,
it's
yeah.
5. Very prophetic on your part, Grace. You're just talking about Kristen, and there she is with the conversion for the goal.
Yeah. I'm telling you, she's a really smart player. She knows where to be. She sees the field really well.
Let's go, Showtime!
And she's able to get open frequently.
Yeah, it's a solid line. I'd be
It
really
is a good
curious to
line.
see if they try to stretch the field a little longer, or if they're going to keep sticking with their strategy.
I'm absolutely loving this weather too. I know it's a lame thing to talk about, but we were supposed to get rain all weekend and it has just been so beautiful. There you go, that's James to Reese. Oh, God.
And that's
it's
some of
such
the
a
players
job.
we were talking about there. Reese
Yeah.
with nearly a goal to Martise.
That's really tough, but they just have to get it back here.
It did look like they came out a little
Okay,
different.
we got a
Now
deep throw
shot.
up.
This is exciting. James and Jake
Tall-
with Jacob.
tall men.
Ooh.
Brought down by Jacob in the end zone.
And I believe there might be a foul called, and there's a conversation here.
Looks like there's some discussion happening. No call, but maybe a little bit of fouling that they're trying to work out for next time.
I think that's right.
It was a nice throw. Ito is an incredible deep thrower, right? Like, Ito's got all the skills. So when you see somebody going deep and Ito's got the disc, you expect that to go up. It's a good matchup. James is a great deep defender, of course. We had, two of the FBC players out there, and ultimately Jacob came down with it for the score.
That was great on his part. Really seeing the throw and running, knowing that there was probably going to be an opportunity to make a play on it, if not a tip, and he just kind of stepped in. James was in great position to make the block there, and then Jacob kind of snatched it away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I did notice the Goaltie offense there did kind of revert to what looked like more of a hoe stack offense with some longer cuts coming from the back of the stack. Looks like a similar line, if not the same exact. I think it's the same exact line that was out there for the last point. So curious to see if that's what they go with again. There was some talk earlier in the preparation for the tournament about Goaltie having 3 separate lines. Goaltie kind of hex offense line, more of a traditional line, and then perhaps a hybrid. So maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Steve, how was the Scarlet Party for you last night?
Scarlet Party was pretty good. I'm blessed to be here with my young daughter, 18 months now, and so I had to get her to bed, so a little later getting to the party than I otherwise would have liked, but was able to still visit with a number of friends and make some new ones as well.
We love that. That was my first ever time at Scarlet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And what was your impression?
Oh, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought the drag queens really showed out. Man, another turn from Showtime Goaltie here. And it's really not. I know FBC has gotten a few nice Ds, but that was really more of a, a self error there, I think, for Goaltie.
It did seem unforced. Ito with the disc in the middle of the field, marked by Reese, a very athletic defender.
I'm really stoked that Ito has nice D by Martise there in the end zone. I was just gonna say I'm stoked that Ito has the opportunity to play for the Colorado Alpenglow this season, the women's professional team in Colorado. Oh, that's gonna be really exciting to watch her play on that big of a stage, repping Hawaii. Disc is back in the hands of Goaltie. They gotta take care of it here. I'm surprised the game is going this way. I really do think it's...
Oh, James with a big rib to Martise. Oh, exciting block.
Sick layout from Nick.
These are two of the matchups I was excited to watch.
That was a great throw from James, though. To put that big outside in backhand was leading Martise into the end zone. I love that throw, but dang, that was a nice layout.
It was. It was going to take a tremendous defensive play to prevent that goal, and that's what we had.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay,
Short field for Goaltie. This is kind of their bread and butter. They're moving it, they're swinging it.
Go strike, get it. There you go. Look it up. Around, key. It's okay.
And they're switching the field there, swinging to Reese, to Matt. He's looking.
Hey, nice, Amy. Let's go, Connor. Yes, come on, Matt. Hey, no round, key.
Goaltie's showing some good patience here, more than they have so far.
Some tight defense from FBC there, but on a very short field.
Definitely tight.
Ooh.
Deep
Colin
from
picks
James.
up, and then James right in the lane where he needs to be.
Come on, Showtime! Let's go, Showtime!
Yeah, that's good composure, Marty.
A pick was called. Disc is going back. I feel like this is the first sign of life we're seeing from Goaltie.
It does
To
feel
be
like
honest,
that.
they feel like they've got the fire right now, and I think they're going to score it here and really.
Just some frustration from Goaltie on two wonderful opportunities to get their first point of the game.
Be frustrated too.
James, a very spirited player, and you're seeing it there.
Blitz out of there. Yeah. Nice.
Right there, Dallas.
Shooting deep.
Okay, another opportunity here for Goaltie. This is a long point.
Yeah, this is likely the longest point of the game so far, and you're seeing some frustration from both teams.
Well, and like we said too, that was the same line that played out in the last point for Goaltie, so they've got to be feeling a little tired, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, we got Kyle here from FBC. He's talking about both teams sort of not playing their regular style.
But I mean, this is like first half.
Goaltie is a
high value disc possession type game.
yeah. Come tell us about it, Kyle.
No, it's okay.
Kyle, a very experienced player, very well decorated in the Hawaiian community. Number of Hula League championships, Hopu championships.
The three of us lost on Universe in Fall League 2020.
That's right.
2021.
All three of us are on that team.
So rough.
A number of the players on the field right now also on that team.
Yeah.
It was our first league back after COVID.
That was a fun one.
Kaimana Klassik, 34 years.
Nice
Or
cut
34
from Reese.
tournaments, we'll say. All right, so nice moving up the line here.
Yeah, spray. Looking good here from F.
And we've got a pick.
Here we go, Showtime.
All right, Showtime with a short field here, looking for their first score of the game. Think they're gonna do it?
I do. I think they're going to do it.
I do too. They got this.
I think they really need this point here. All right, to Matt. Should look to get it off the sideline here. Kind of just working it up slowly but surely. There we go. Back to the middle. And Reese.
Yes, all right.
With the goal.
Goaltie is on the board. It's a nice swinging there. It was Zella got a nice cut up the sideline, got the disc, swung it back to Matt in the middle of the field, who was looking for a cutting Reese right into the middle. I like that switching of the field. That's how you get the defense on their feet and really like open up some holes.
Yeah.
The first point for Goaltie.
First point for Goaltie.
Let's go, Showtime!
They can do it though. I think they can bring this back.
They can score in bunches, so if FBC's not careful and if you give them a short field like that, they weren't able to convert the first two times they had the short field, but they did punch it in there, kind of working it a ways up.
Steve, how many Kaimanas have you been to?
That's a great question. I want to say 6, thereabouts.
Wow.
First was 2011. Here we are in 2023. Come out from New York for a few years, then moved out here in 2016, and been to all of them that we've had since then. And glad to be back after family moved to Germany back in August.
It's a turn from FBC. I really liked that pull from Showtime. They got it down there and really, I think FBC had a little trouble fielding that pull, which got the defense there. And I don't know, for me, I think fielding the pull is like such a huge part of your offensive flow. And if you're able to get down there on defense and stop that flow from starting, it's huge. I think that's what we saw here was, FBC was able to, or they dropped the disc really.
Ooh, unfortunate there. Jacob, another defensive play. So a nice catch. Good concentration with Cedric making a play with Kyle close behind. And another turn. A short field.
Oh boy. It's in the air there. Okay.
Jacob went up. There is some contact there. It looks like there's gonna be a call. That's tough to see from where we're sitting now.
Yeah, ultimately though, that's not the throw you want to throw.
No, and again with a
Little
very
too high
skilled
there.
defender lurking there.
I've been watching Goaltie a little bit this weekend, and I will say that Dylan Stanley has been playing absolutely phenomenally. I'm surprised to see that throw from him because I think he's usually like quite calm, collected, and I think he's been really outstanding for Goaltie this weekend. He's really fast, and I think, similar to Kristen we were talking about earlier, he knows where to be on the field. He's kind of got the what's the next place to be sort of thing in his mind.
Great finding space. He's also pretty lanky, and so able to kind of step around the mark well.
Okay, disc is on the end zone there for Goaltie, looking for a break here.
Mikey in
They're
the middle.
swinging it back and forth.
Ooh,
Yes.
and there's Dylan.
And there's
again.
Dylan Stanley. So that's nice. We had Isa swinging to Mikey in the middle, who was able to throw it to Dylan, cutting right to the open side in the end zone. That's a break.
That is a break. They got it back. So now it's 5-2.
5-2. FBC is still up. Timeout called. What was your favorite Kaimana you've been to so far? Anything stand out? Any good memories?
There was Kaimana 30. That was a big one. That was our largest Kaimana. We had 20 open teams, 20 women's teams, and so we had about 800 people there.
Wow.
A tremendous number of people and a lot of exciting players as well.
What do you think of the jerseys for both of these teams?
I love what FBC did. They kept it simple. They have just collared shirts with the iron-on patches and allows some personal flair with FBC, and they have the whites similarly. And then the Goaltie team, it's kind of modeled on a European, German kind of soccer-style jersey with the stars and kind of the way, especially their whites are very reminiscent of the German national soccer team whites.
You like them?
I'm still thinking about that, Grace. I think they look sharp. I think they look very sharp.
Yeah, it's a classic style, for sure. It's not something you see on the Ultimate field a lot, I think. That's for sure. I will say this. I think the Goaltie team looks more like a team. FBC has a lot of different styles and looks going on.
Yeah,
They
that's a
look
great
a
point.
little ragtag, just visually.
Kaimana Klassik 34, Aloha Division semifinals, Kapiolani Park in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah, this is exciting. We've got Hawaii representing in all of the brackets, I think, right now. So this, as you just said, obviously the semifinals of the Aloha Division, the maybe less competitive division of the two. So one of these Hawaii teams is going to be going then. Nice D from Matt. Huge layout D. Oh, that was visionary. That was great.
That was great. A field awareness, way to jump the lane, knowing where the next throw is going to come from, and then just putting his body in the space where it needed to be.
If Showtime can score here, that brings them back in this game.
Puts them down 6-3, and it certainly makes it a much more competitive game. They're a team that can score in bunches and score very quickly, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say they're ever out of a game.
Yeah, we're recording this game. Steve, were you playing with Glam Spam Thank You Ma'am this weekend?
I was, and we're joined here by Bryson. Bryson's back here from Buffalo. He was living in Hilo on the Big Island for a number of years, and he recently left the islands, and it's great to see him back. Oh,
Tell us about your team, Glam Spam Thank You Ma'am.
it's a team of people largely playing out of Hilo, and we had some wonderful pickups from the Puna area. They've started recently joining a number of players who not new, but are kind of new to the Hilo community, and so it's great to have their experience, their veteran savvy on the team.
Nice.
Finished 3-4 on the weekend, so just under 500, but by and large a relatively successful weekend, and I think that was probably on par with the expectations, as it's still a team that's finding its legs.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right,
beautiful.
FBC's, yeah, go ahead.
Just a beautiful D from Kyle. We were talking about Glam Spam, thank you, man, but Kyle really got up there and made a wonderful block against Martise.
Yeah, that was huge.
Chad getting up,
Yeah.
showing some of those hops that are on display yesterday when he went up to those two defenders, and we have some legs getting tangled there in the middle of the field. Looks like it's gonna go back. Perhaps uncontested, so it stays there with Ryan Williams.
I haven't played with Matt, but he is a serious defender.
Yeah, he was more of a Goaltie guy. He was out here for a while, and then he's in Boston now.
Okay.
And but yeah, tremendously athletic. Was able to put his body into the spaces. Oh, a layout from Jacob there, but unable
It was
to bring
Ryan
it down.
Williams.
Oh, it was Ryan Williams. Thank you, Grace.
Oh, it's the commentator table?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a, I don't know, risky throw
It
from my
was.
perspective.
It was. I don't know if they had that much separation, and there was a good defender on him as well.
There we go, James picking up for Goaltie. I hope that they can kind of find their rhythm again. It does look like they're playing a little bit more traditional ultimate, and I know they've been having a ton of success with their more hex or fast-moving kind of give-and-go offense this weekend. So I want them to start looking for that again.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a more traditional host stack there with the 3 handlers back and then the 4 across the middle there in the horizontal stack. Some quick movement from Wei Shen.
Wow, too many people there.
And it's apt to happen when you have too many people in the lane. There is a pick.
Yeah, James is wearing a tank top. That's unusual for him, but I did encourage him to buy one because his arms look so good.
Put deep to Martise. And he
There
goes
we
up
go.
for it.
That one comes down with.
Dumps it back to Matt. Some good goal line defense there.
Yes! All right.
James is able to find a hole in the poach defense.
Keep fighting, Showtime, let's go! Showtime!
Yeah, good patience there. Let Martise go up for the grab there and dumped it back to Matt, who was able to find James in the end zone.
Yeah, they actually worked that up the entire length of the field. It's good patience on their part, and just I think a willingness to throw the throws and take the time they need.
Yeah, it's really good work there.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm gonna do a quick plug for our Party Wave merch. We're both wearing these nice jerseys designed by Will McDonough, a professional artist and a handler on Party Wave. We've got hats available, we've got jerseys, and actually our most popular is the shorts. Rainbow shorts, and they're awesome. I love them. Go check out, link in the bio, merch for sale, support Party Wave. Interesting. I think that Goaltie has been putting Fia there on the line out there as a cutter this weekend, which is interesting. Fia's a really versatile player for sure, but I know she feels more comfortable in that handler spot. So I'm interested about that thinking and sort of like why they were placing her downfield. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. So in the Hex, they don't really subscribe to is the kind of the traditional handler cutter roles. They kind of say everybody's a handler, and I think with the lineup we see from Goaltie that we're more likely to see some Hex offense, some of those quick movements than we may have seen from the past line. So that'll be interesting if they do get the turn here.
Dang, Goaltie really got down there. Mikey got down there to cover that pull really quick. This defense is pretty stifling right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Goaltie. Oh, nice cut from Nick there. We haven't talked about Lexi yet. Lexi's a long-time Hawaii Ultimate star.
Yeah.
And she has just been, I know she's been working her butt off to get ready for playing Ultimate, for playing Kaimana, for playing on Party Wave last summer. And I think she's super fast and smart.
Yeah, she looks like she's coming into Kaimana with some tremendous degree of fitness as well.
Do you know who this is on the line next to Chad?
Next to Chad, that's Jake. He's a Colorado player. He's actually Anne-Marie's partner.
Okay.
Anne-Marie is also picking up frequent attendee. Ooh, is that a Callahan or?
Quick turn.
No, just a quick turn. Okay.
Couldn't quite see what happened there, but the disc looked up in the air and nobody came down with it.
Yeah, a little swilly, and unfortunately from where we're sitting, I can't really see what happened there, but it looked like it was perhaps a first throw turnover off the pole and then quickly put back. And we're at the halftime break here. FBC jumped out to an early lead, and Goaltie brought it back a couple. It was 6-3 at one point, and now here we are at 8-3 after some quick turnovers and some scores. So, Grace, what are some things you're going to have to see from Goaltie in the second half to be able to bridge that divide?
Well, we talked about it a little bit, Steve, but I feel like we saw a lot of unforced errors, and I think that's what happened on this last point too, is just not being willing to take the time to make the solid throw. And FBC's being really smart about where they're placing their defense, and they're there to get the D. So I don't know, if I was Goaltie, I would try to revert back to their Hex offense and really go with what they know and play their game, because I think they're playing a little bit more traditional style Ultimate, and I think for them it's been working to really keep that speed up and keep the momentum, and I want to see a little bit more of that in the second half.
Yeah, it will be interesting too to see if they come out in a zone. We're getting a little bit of wind, not too much. Definitely less windy than what we had earlier in the tournament, but there's an old saying, you should never lose a game without trying zone once, and we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen zone, but maybe once from Goaltie, so I'll be curious if they try some of that in the second half.
Yeah, me too. I would love to see that. I think their zone is kind of their bread and butter, so that'd be great. I mean, FBC, of course, is playing phenomenal. They look confident with the disc out there. They look cool, calm, relaxed. So, they're going to keep that going, keep that rolling. I do hope that we can get a bit of a tighter game and that Showtime Goaltie can come back. I think that'd be fun, and I know that both of these teams they're neck and neck in terms of skill and competition. So I'm excited for the second half.
Yeah, it'll be a great second half. And there were some phenomenal plays in the first half. That layout from Nick is going to be an instant highlight.
That's great.
Also a great play from Kyle, and Jacob makes some great plays. So really the Nick Dunbar-Martise matchup is kind of what we bargained for, what we expected to find, and can't wait to see more of that in the second half.
Yeah, same. All right, let's send it out to the field reporters, and we'll be back with the second half. Okay, here we are back for the second half of the Hawaii Kaimana Throwdown. We've got FBC pulling to Showtime Goaltie. We're coming out. It is 8-3. FBC is up.
FBC.
Eric.
Yeah.
We got Eric Liu here. Long-time Hawaii stud.
Number 1 Howie.
Number 1 Howie in Hawaii.
Yeah. Half
Who-
broken. What?
Who do you think deserves the most heckles on this field right now? And what would your heckle be for them?
Probably Caleb, because Caleb always plays with a stick up his butt.
That's so true.
And then we have the better Stanley. I mean, he knows that now.
That was a good heckle. Nailed it.
Eric, I haven't seen you on the field. Are you playing this game?
What?
Are you playing this game?
No, I'm 5 months post ACL surgery.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I got put into default mascot, Team Mom, which I have not been doing well. Aaron's been hooking us up. What was it? The first day she got us Musubis. I know how to pronounce it. Musubis, okay. And then the next day she brought in those Uncrustables, and those are pretty damn dope.
Who brought you in Crucibles?
Aaron.
Oh.
She's a court person.
Ah,
Nice.
yes. I played with Aaron. Another player like Kristen that seems to always be able to find the space in the end zone for the goal. Really good at finding those gaps in the defense.
That was a nice movement across the field.
Really curious to watch Martise on this point. He had a strong look of.
Nice.
We do have a goal.
We got a score from Reese there. A diving catch.
Is that Zella
Thank you
who
for your
threw
help,
that? or-
Eric.
Yeah, how do you guys have the energy? Drank so much last night. I'm all pooped out.
Me? No, I don't think I did.
I said, how do you guys have the energy? I'm too pooped.
I don't actually drink, so I'm fine today.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah. Not hungover at all.
Kaimana 34, kind of a unique year. This is the first year in the 34 years, to my understanding, that it's been a mixed tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We had Hopu for 18, 19 years, and then that kind of dried up for a number of reasons about 4 or 5 years ago. And Kaimana 34, the 3-4, seemed like it was a great way to welcome folks back after the pandemic. The 3-4, 4-3 ratio seemed like a nice little kind of kitschy way to bring folks back. And so here we are with 28 mixed teams over 2 divisions, 12 in the Mana competitive bracket, and then 16 in the kind of fun party Aloha division. And that's where we are now in the semifinals of the Aloha division.
Yeah, this is so great. This is my first ever Kaimana, which I'm so excited to be here. But not knowing any different, this has been amazing. I love the co-ed. I love playing mixed ultimate. I think it's so fun. You just get such a variety of people, and I just like to play with whoever I get to play with, and love mixed ultimate for that reason.
Yeah, tremendous amount of interest. There was for those 28 spots, they got about 55 bids. So
Wow.
a number of people that weren't able to make it out this weekend, and hopefully they'll find their way to Hawaii and Kaimana in future years.
You have any intel on when Hopu's coming back?
You know, I don't. I help with organization of Kaimana and haven't spoken to the Hopu folks as much, but
Okay.
there's been some issues with finding field space, and Hopu prides itself on being a very fun, spirited tournament, and I think they're looking for the right venue that they can run the tournament the way they want.
Wow.
A nice bid from Martise there.
That was a huge throw, cross field, long hook.
And it looks like
FBC comes down with it in the end zone.
Puts with a nice catch, and Martise getting up slowly, but fortunately he's getting up.
That's tough to cover, because when you're on defense, you sort of think if the player you're defending is all the way across the field from where the disc is, you've got a little bit more space. when a disc goes up like that, you know, that's just tough to cover, I think. It was a really nice throw.
Yeah, that's a tough one to track down on defense for sure.
Ooh, Jason and Thenian on the field. We haven't seen too much of Jason today after this Goaltie team. I'm excited to see him out there.
Yeah, he had that unfortunate drop earlier in the game, and here he's back to kind of right the ship.
Yeah, he got pulled probably for that mistake. Huge punishment.
So we're at 9-4. Got about 25 minutes till cap. That is a soft cap. We'll go on after 75 minutes in this round, and that should put the soft cap in about, actually about 10 minutes. So we're about 10 minutes away from soft cap, and then a hard cap coming on at 90 minutes. We're at 12 o'clock, and we're sitting here at 11:35. So about 25 till hard cap, about 10 till soft cap.
Mm-hmm.
So Goaltie's got some work to do.
Yeah. Got quite a hole to dig themselves out of. The thing is, like, that's not an impossible feat, but it's hard to mentally kind of cope with.
Another quick turn there.
Yeah, it's tough.
Giving FBC a short field. Caleb looking, shooting deep to Rocky, and maybe just a bit too much. He does lay out for it, but unable to come down with it. Started a little deep in their end zone there. Instead of walking it up, Gavin decided just to tap it in and get rolling, which is consistent with their offense, but they were able to make their way out of the end zone, and here they are between the end zone and the brick.
Yeah.
This looks like some of that quick dishy passes that we've been talking about and kind of expecting to find from this team. A lot of quick movement. A shot deep that did not connect. Had some success moving the disc early. One of the things you want to do in the Hex offense is you want to try to get the disc off by stall 2 very, very quickly. And
when I was watching this team play yesterday, you know, I think that was one of their huge advantages, was like if there was a turnover, they had 3 passes already completed before the team was ready to play defense. You know, and I think that's huge if you can get moving quickly.
Yeah, they're not finding that so much. What do you think the difference is in this game?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to adapt more to the FBC style and sort of, you know, this is a more familiar team. They know the players, they know the style, and maybe they're sort of just falling back on that more classic ultimate.
Yeah, nice movement there. I believe Jason had perhaps the lefty backhand to Nate for the goal there.
And that brings us to 925. What a way to make living. And you know what I'm excited about is the Kauai team in the Mana division. They're going to be playing in the semis this morning, or this afternoon, next game, I think.
Yeah.
Are they playing now?
They might be. I have to look at the schedule there, and during a stoppage of play I can do that. Yeah, there's some world-class athletes sprinkled throughout the Mana division. Kauai also picking up the Cardenas sisters. Valeria and Manu, had a chance to speak with them last night. Very, very sweet, wonderful people, and said they're excited to come back to Hawaii. They've really enjoyed their trip so far, and I'm sure nothing can really beat capping off a Kaimana Klassik championship should they go on and win it.
Yeah,
it's a great way to send them out of the islands.
Okay, we'll see you after.
It was slowly thrown. It's knocked away by Nate.
Yeah, the Cardenas sisters, I think, might be the best ultimate players in the world right now. It's pretty amazing that they're here playing with our Kauai team, our local team, and you know, absolutely contributing to their success. Yeah, it's so cool. It's great.
Kyle just stepping in with a quick. See if there was a call or wasn't. Just a bit of a miscue, I think. Perhaps Goaltie not seeing the field. Kyle running in. He's very savvy with that poach defense, and we saw it on display there. Quick run through the catch, and then a pass on to, I believe that was blitz for FBC.
Yeah, shoot, that's a tough one.
Let's go, Showtime!
I think Zella has been playing super well for Goaltie in this game. She's just been more of a role player, I think, so maybe less showy, but getting so many open undercuts and just being there for moving the disc forward. I think that's a key role. I think
Is she visiting the islands, or is she a Hawaii resident now?
She's visiting, so she was, I believe, living here for a semester of college in the fall, and she was here for a long time, and now she's back visiting for Kaimana and to see some friends, so good to have her back. But she's Minneapolis-based, and I think in the past she's played for some great club teams out of Minneapolis, Pop, the women's team there, and I'll be excited to see if she's able to play for someone this summer.
Yeah, the Kauai team is playing right now. We've got the Mana semifinals going on concurrently with the Aloha semifinals. Directly after this, we'll have the Aloha finals and the Mana finals, rounding out and finishing our tournament later this afternoon.
I don't know who threw that, but a big huck went up to Matt for the Goaltie score. I don't know if James threw that, but he did go down hard on the ground. He did. It was a nice throw, though, and Matt was wide open in the end zone. It's exciting. What's the score now? 10-6?
I believe that's 10-6.
Okay. And how much time do we got left?
Looks like we're about 3 minutes away from soft cap. Soft cap rules for the tournament is you just finish the point and then add 1 to the higher score, and that's the new total you'll play to. So instead of 15, it looks like we may be playing to 12 or perhaps 13, but we'll find out in a few minutes. Yeah, some smiles from Chad on FBC.
Chad, talk to us. What's going right for FBC out there?
Are you guys recording?
Yeah.
I didn't even fucking realize. What's going right for FBC? We're having a lot of fun. We have a lot of chemistry, and people are trusting each other, and we really want to step up and play against this other amazing Hawaii team.
Nice. Who's been the most fun to play with out there?
Ooh, a nice bit from
Good
Ortiz.
effort from Ortiz there.
Nearly had it.
I think FBC's been the most fun to play with out there.
Good answer.
I didn't play with any of the other teams this weekend.
Really? Okay.
There you go.
This looks like the most fun.
Ortiz looking, James,
everyone
good
who'd
patience.
ever listen to this is here right now.
Who's your favorite matchup on
Right
this
now,
team?
I'm loving playing against Matt.
Yeah.
I'm loving playing against Matt. I've been picking him every time I'm out there. That was very smart of him to do a set play deep to Matt on that last one. He's been like ratcheting with the handlers on all the other points. I should have seen it when they set James up outside.
Was that a throw from James?
I think so.
He fell down. I don't know how he threw that.
Hard.
All right, thanks for your views, Chad.
Catch the disc! Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it's still, if it's a turn, it's a turn. Yeah, but if it's a turn, it's a turn.
All right, so there was a call. There was a pick there, and throwing up. Unfortunately, Thea brought it down. So it's going back to Martise. All right, stall count pretty early, coming in on 2.
Goaltie must be feeling the pressure here with a short field opportunity to score, and
kind of bunched up.
They have to get this.
Well, he's kind of staring downfield. Oh, he found Matt in the middle. He had Zella for the dump. James looking, swings it over to Zella. Ooh, a little high, but Matt goes up for it and brings it down. Low throw.
Come on, Showtime!
Turn for Showtime.
Little execution errors that are just killing Goaltie. They've had so many opportunities. I don't know. I was just about to say, I think Matt might be the MVP for Showtime right now, but that was a tough throw.
He goes up, comes down with the D and goes down hard, but he pops right back up, fortunately. interesting for a team that likes a lot of quick dishy throws. It seems like there was a call. I was to say it seems like the offense is rather stagnant right now, and there's a reason for that.
Here's a fun fact about the Goaltie team. There are 3 players with the number 89 on this team.
That is unusual.
Isn't that weird?
That is unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, we got Sprite, number 89. We got Dylan Stanley, also number 89. And then I was supposed to be on this roster, and I was also number 89.
Where does your affinity for number 89 come from?
Oh, it's a weird story. I grew up skiing in Idaho.
Okay.
And we used to go skiing every Sunday. And my friend and I would go on this one chairlift called Bitterroot Basin. And we were skiing in such a rhythm that we got on chair number 89 on the lift every single time.
Wow.
And it just stuck with me.
All right.
Do you have a number that...
I'm 24 whenever I can get it, yeah. Oh,
Why are you 24?
I thought we had a goal there from Matt to Fia, but there looks like a pick. We're hearing from the sideline it didn't affect, but teams on the field may disagree.
There we go, Showtime! Come on. Next side. Come on, we still got work. Hurry up,
Caleb seems displeased with that result. I'm not sure why. There's still some conversation going on about the relevance of that pick.
Does that bring
ball.
us to 10-7?
I believe it does. We have to go to our official scorekeeper, but I've got 10-7 on my scoreboard.
You know, I think this game has felt a little lopsided, but really it's not a runaway at this point.
No, and if our scoreboard's right, if it's 10-7, it's close here.
There's not a lot of time. Goaltie's going to have to score quickly if they really want to be in it.
Ooh.
There we go. There's the turnover.
Cedric got a hand
and Cedric
block
is
there.
moving it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really like about...
Ooh, but a turnover there.
One of the things I really like about the Goaltie team is that they don't... They don't have any person that's like set to pick up the disc after a turnover. Whoever's closest picks up the disc. I like that because that's sort of what we've been talking about, just getting moving quickly and all that.
I think that really catches a lot of teams off guard. Perhaps FBC is maybe more aware of that, or kind of aware of that going into the game, but I know that they found some success. Goaltie did yesterday. Teams were surprised that there wasn't Goaltie forming the traditional formation with the handlers coming back and then the cutters going downfield. They were kind of off and running, like you said earlier. They could sometimes get 3-4 passes before the defense even knew that they were moving the disc.
Yeah, this looks way more like that Goaltie offense we've been talking about. I am seeing a lot of swinging, a lot of quick disc movement. I feel like they're getting back in their flow here.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for them on a short field. Just talking on the field, and we're back playing.
Mikey Palmer holding the disc.
Ooh, nice IO throw.
I know the Goaltie team's big on keeping stats. I wonder sort of who's leading for them. Oh, huge D from Kyle. Dang, Kyle's definitely been a standout on FBC.
Yeah, he's not as young as he used to be, obviously, but still
none of us are.
Tremendous amount of speed. Yeah, when he turns it on, he gets moving pretty quickly, and that was on display there.
Yeah.
A lot of picks going on right now in this game, yeah. I don't know if that's just folks getting tired or people want to be involved, but a lot of congestion down there on the far side of the field here. And we're back in. A nice grab from, I think that was Blitz. Oh, but it's going back again.
Some of these women on the FBC line right now, Guyan and Natalie, I don't know, in my opinion, some of the best players in Hawaii. I think Natalie is leaving soon, or this summer, which is really a loss for our community, but they've both been absolute studs. Huge. Guyon is just like a very quick, super fast handler who likes to give and go a lot and move the disc really quickly. And Natalie is, huge in the air, really talented defender. So yeah, they're both huge studs.
Thought we had a goal there from.
Lisa has the disc on the goal line. Look at
another
D from Nick. Wow.
A number of back and forth D's in that 20-yard area of the field, going back and forth, and fortunate for Goaltie, they couldn't convert. Guy looking. Nice high release to Nick.
Not coming. Hammer's got
spicy hammer there.
Cedric versus Kyle.
Ooh.
Nice D. That's a nice D.
Cedric with a nice D.
Yeah.
Kyle had really good body position on him, and Cedric was able just to elevate and get a hand in cleanly.
Yeah.
That's tough to do with that body position. That was a great job of defense there. And Mickey shooting it deep. That's going to be incomplete. Yeah, it's always fun to have meaningful games on Monday at Kaimana Klassik. Not many teams can say that, as a lot of the teams are eliminated from the competitive bracket on Sunday, and it's exciting to see this matchup of great players and completion, I think, from Caleb to Kyle.
It's a nice throw. Kyle just knew he could go deep there and had steps on Cedric, and
there may have been some miscommunication on the field there, and Cedric wasn't happy. I think he heard a turn and maybe kind of released the defender.
I think that's game.
Is that game? I've got the live final score at 11-7. We'll have to go to our official scorekeeper there for that. But
well, that was a great game, Steve. I am really excited to be seeing a Hawaii team in the finals here. Can't wait to go watch that. And yeah, I hope that Kauai won too. So we got 2 Hawaii teams going to the finals. Fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, we'll find out shortly. We've got some more Ultimate to play as we wind down this Kaimana Klassik 34 weekend. It's going to be exciting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for a great weekend, and let's go Hawaii.
All right, get home safe.
My name is Brandon Lee, and I think I know everything about Goaltimate and Ultimate.
My name's Eric Lou, and I'm drunk already, so I don't even know where I am.
No, I'm not.